Hey everybody, this is Pepe Gomez from the Maintenance Man Narrative YouTube channel, and today I have a topic that I want to talk about, and that is how to advance from being either a porter or just a guy that's starting maintenance, just doing turns, into a maintenance technician. And the difference is a maintenance technician knows a lot about a lot, so makes more money. Obviously, usually they can fix anything from an air conditioner to an underground leak and anything in between. And like any other trade, you start off at the bottom, which is what I did when I started maintenance. I started as even though I had a lot of experience in construction, I really didn't know how to fix an air conditioner or even a garbage disposal or much less a refrigerator or a dishwasher, a washing machine, or a dryer. None of those tools. I could basically paint walls, repair sheetrock, and I knew a little bit of electrical and a little bit of plumbing. But the goal of this video is how do you, starting off as somebody that's never done any of this work, how do you advance into becoming a maintenance tech? And that's usually where the money's at. And after that, you can become a maintenance supervisor, where there's a little bit more money in that. So this video is about that. I will be honest with you guys. It's really, I'm gonna put a lot of responsibility on you, because to be honest, and I really want to be honest with everybody, it's really going to be up to you, not your company, not your supervisor, not your regional, not your manager. It's going to be up to you. Now, like I said before, when I started in a complex that had 104 units, and I was the only maintenance guy there. I wasn't a tech back then. I was just a beginner. I had a temporary maintenance guy help me out a couple of days, 2 days, and then he was gone, and it was up to me. And coming from a construction background, I thought I could handle it, and I did, but it did take me a lot of my own time learning. And of course, I learned with my phone, internet, YouTube, any information I could find. That's how I learned, and that's how I advanced. And I realize there's a lot of companies that pay for your training. They'll pay you, to learn plumbing and electrical and different things. But it's really time consuming, and they're not going to teach you all these things in a week. I mean, it's going to take you years. They give you a course, I don't know, every 3 months, every 6 months. I don't know what it is, because I've never had anything like that. The companies that I worked for, I've never been paid even a minute to learn anything. Everything that I learned on my own time, either watching YouTube videos or asking people. And that's how I learned. And this is the experiences that I want to share with you guys. I moved up really fast in this trade because I put a lot of my own time into learning. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is how to advance. How are you going to start at the bottom and then work your way up as fast as possible? And it's not as hard, but it's not as easy as you think. Because you're thinking, well, they need to teach me. How do they want me to fix this if nobody's teaching me? Now, I'll give you guys an example, and this is something that has happened, and is something that's really realistic, and that will happen, and is always happening. Now, let's say there's a maintenance supervisor, and let's say he has a porter, he has a guy that just does turns, and then he has a maintenance technician that takes care of most of the work orders and knows how to do all this kind of work. Now, in this example, let's say the maintenance technician is going to quit. Either he's moving out of town, he got a better job somewhere else, or he's retiring. Whatever the case may be, this guy's quitting. Now, if you're the guy doing the turns, you're thinking, well, then I move up. Then the porter moves up. Then they hire another porter. I get paid more money to do what he's doing. And, that's how you would think. That's how most people would think is, well, then they move me up. Well, honestly, it doesn't happen that way, because if I'm the maintenance supervisor and this happens, and this were to happen, my thought would be, well, if I move the guy that's doing turns up as a maintenance technician, anytime I send him to a work order, the first thing he's going to tell me, how do you want me to do it if you haven't trained me? How do you expect me to fix that dishwasher? You've never trained me how to fix dishwasher. How do you want me to fix an air conditioner? You've never trained me how to fix an air conditioner. So all this responsibility is going to fall back on me, back on the supervisor, because the other guy can say, don't expect me to fix something you haven't taught me how to fix. Which would make sense if the supervisor, took that decision and made things that way. But in my case, as somebody that's been experienced in construction and a lot of different situations, I would just hire a maintenance technician. That way he can't say, well, you never taught me. How do you expect me to do that if you never taught me? So if you're the guy that's doing the turns, you may think, well, it's not fair. Why did they bring this guy in? Why doesn't he teach me? Because it doesn't work that way. The way it works is you're responsible for your advancement in whatever career you do or whatever trade you work. So it's going to be your responsibility, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's going to be your responsibility to learn and to move up. Now, recently I had a guy working with me at the place I work at, and he was always complaining, well, you're not teaching me. Nobody's teaching me. You're not really teaching me anything. That's because I don't have time to teach you. I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do. I can't bring you along and, drive you around and take you to, let's go fix this. Now let's go over here. I'm going to fix a dishwasher. I'm going to go fix a refrigerator. Come with me. Come here. Make sure you bring plenty of drinks and snacks and stuff because we're going to be fixing this and that. And it's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way because I don't have time for that. No company has time for two guys to be fixing a refrigerator and stoves and dedicating 3 months to carrying a guy with me. I hear this complaining guy a lot. Like, this maintenance guy, the supervisor doesn't teach me. He's not teaching me anything. He's a supervisor. He's not there to teach you. He'll just hire a guy that can do it. So knowing that, if you can get that through your mind, if you can figure out that nobody's really there to teach you, then that makes you responsible of learning. Now, like I said before, everything is on your phone, your tablet, your TV, YouTube, internet. It's all there. If you want to learn, it's all there. It's really easy. It's accessible to everybody, but it will take a little bit of your time. Now, when I started with this company, and I kept on watching videos. I'd go home and I'd watch videos. Let's say I had a work order for a dishwasher and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'd watch a video and then I'd watch like 10 more videos and I was really up to date on fixing dishwashers. And then I had a garbage disposal and I'd watch all the videos I could. And then any work order, I'd watch hours and hours of videos and learn how to do this. So when I became good, they started, the company had a lot of different complexes around the city. So they started using me on different complexes. And sure enough, the thing that happens everywhere is that they would, send me to go fix so-and-so's air conditioner or refrigerator, or they have an electrical short they can't figure out. Can you go look at it? Underground leak. And sure enough, a lot of the guys would say, man, I like how you get all these hours, how you're doing all this work. When you have an AC, call me. I'll be up there. I'll get up on the roof with you, and I want to learn. When you change the compressor, call me. When you do anything like that, call me. So sure enough, and I'll give you guys one example. When there's this guy that was, kept on asking me, man, whenever I want to do overtime too, and I want to do this and that, and whenever you have something interesting, call me. I'll give you a hand. I want to learn. So I called him one day. It was Friday at 4 p.m. Nobody wants to work at Friday at 4 p.m. But that's when I needed to be done. Somebody else had ran a snake. They broke the snake inside the line. That maintenance guy said, you know what? I don't know what to do about it. Call the plumbers. Call somebody. I don't know what to do. It's broken. So that's in the story. So they call me. Can you take care of this? And I knew I have to find that sewer line. I have to trench it out, cut a piece of pipe out, dig that snake out. I knew what I had to do, but it's a lot of work. And it was Friday, and nobody wanted to do it. The maintenance guy said, you know what? Call the plumbers, and he didn't want any responsibility. So I called this guy, the guy that had called me, and I said, man, I got an interesting project here, man. I gotta dig a little trench. I got to find a sewer line. We're going to cut it. We're going to dig out a snake that's in there. And he said, man, don't call me for that. He said, call me for an air conditioner. I don't want to do that kind of work, he said. So he wanted to do air conditioners. He probably wanted me to set up the ladder, take all the tools up, and then wait for him to show up and then do whatever I had to do. But he only wanted to learn that. He didn't want to learn the hard stuff. So if he was somebody that I could use, I would use him on a lot of things, and he would learn a lot of different things. But he only wanted to do certain things at certain times. And then I figured out, man, this guy's really not teachable. He only wants to learn one thing, and that's it. And in his mind, he's probably thinking, if I learn air conditioners, and you don't need Pepe anymore, so I'll take care of all the air conditioners, and he can do all the digging out sewer lines or whatever. So that just tells me, I'm not interested in teaching this guy. There was another guy. He kept on calling me because every time I went to his complex to fix his air conditioners, he always told me, man, whenever you're out here, call me, man. I want to learn this too. And the one condition that I had at this company was that I could help all the other properties, any manager, but it had to be after 3:30 because I had to do my 8 hours at my project at my complex, and then I could help anybody out. Of course, those properties were going to be paying me overtime. If it was Saturday or Sunday, it was going to be overtime. So this guy kept on going to his property a lot to fix air conditioners, and he wanted to learn. I don't mind teaching anybody, but the condition was it's going to be after 4 when I'm up there. So every time I'd call him, man, I got an AC to go look at your property, but I'll be there around 4:15. And every time, 100% of the time, he told me, man, I got this to do, and man, I got this to do, and today I'm doing this, man. Can you take some pictures and can you show me what you did? And no, I'm not gonna do that. I was there to fix it. I wasn't there to teach him. I would have taught him, but he didn't want to put in this time, even though they're gonna pay him, because when I learned online, I learned on my own time. Nobody ever paid me a single minute of any kind of classes. So he didn't want to learn. So that taught me a long time ago. It's the guys that are not learning, it's really because they don't want to learn. Now, recently I had a guy working with me and he kept on complaining that I wasn't showing him and I wasn't teaching him. And it's pretty ironic that he's the supervisor's a YouTuber that teaches, because I have this channel, and especially on my Spanish channel, I teach a lot of maintenance there. But he still wanted me to go with him and teach him, you get the screwdriver like that, you go like that, 15 turns, and then I'm not going to do that. Because it's not up to me to teach anybody. If anybody wants to move up, it's really your own responsibility. The supervisor's worried about him, the manager's worried about him or her, the regional's worried about them and the property and the owners, and they got all kinds of other things to deal with. So really, if you want to move up, really, it's going to be up to you. It's easy. It's not that hard, but it's going to take a little bit of your time investing in learning every day, watching videos. It's all out there. Now, as a supervisor, I could teach what I know to the guys that have worked with me, but that's just limited to what I know. Now, if I want to learn plumbing, I'm going to look at a plumbing channel. I'm going to look at a plumber that's doing this every day, that has all the right tools, that all he does is plumbing. That's who I'm going to learn plumbing from. If I'm going to learn HVAC, I'm going to look at guys that's what they do every day. They have the right tools. They have the right knowledge. They work on the newest equipment. They know it. That's why I learn from. And any other trade, electrical, whatever you're looking at, there's guys teaching this stuff out there, and it's free. All it's going to take is a little bit of your time. Now, why is it important to know? I always considered myself as an asset. To any company, I've always considered myself as an asset. So I can talk to a regional, I can talk to a manager, I can talk to anybody else, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you need me more than I need you. Now, what I mean by an asset, I mean you're not costing anybody a dime to have you there. When you're an asset, you don't cost anybody anything. On the contrary, you're saving them tons and tons of money. So when you're experienced, when you're learning, and even if it's something, even if I have to go fix a dishwasher that I've never seen, or a washing machine that I've never seen, or a commercial washing machine that I've never seen, and I get sent to fix it, I'm going to watch a couple of YouTube videos and I'll figure it out. And I'll fix it. I may not have the right parts right now, but I'll figure it out and I'll get it done. Because it's all right there. Even if I don't know that particular model or newer or something, I'll figure it out because it's all there. Now, when I'm talking to a regional or to a manager, when I talk to them, in the back of my mind, I know that I'm an asset. I know that they need me more than I need them. But at the same time, I'll tell you, don't fool yourself. Not everybody's an asset. There's people that do cost properties money. But you have to worry about being somebody that is an asset, somebody that they're saving money. Anytime you're there, they're saving money. When I was a concrete foreman, anywhere I worked at, I always told the owners, I'm making you a lot of money. So I'm never going to cost anybody a dime. You're making money off of my work. That's the only reason you have me here. You don't have me here because I talk a lot or because I can drive a white truck or anything like that. You have me here because you're making money off of my work. Same thing in this trade. If you're an asset, it doesn't matter where you go, you're going to be okay. Now, some of the channels that I would recommend is Word of Advice TV. That's one of them. I don't know this guy. I know I've seen a lot of his videos. I watched a lot of his videos. I don't think he's not a maintenance guy. He's more of a service tech. So he fixes all kinds of, anything that's appliances and air conditioners and all kinds of things. but he's a really, really good teacher, and he's really, really knowledgeable. Anytime I see one of his videos, I know that he studied it before he started recording. He already knew what he was talking about. He has all the information. He gives the correct information, and he teaches it where you can understand it really easy. So that's one of the channels that I would always advise people to watch. It's him. Another guy that if you're gonna do maintenance, it's of course Lex Vance. Everybody knows him. I know that if you're watching this channel, you probably watch his channel for sure. The thing about him is that he gets you in the mindset of being a maintenance guy. He talks a lot about how he deals with on-call, how he deals with managers, tenants, co-workers, and repeat work orders, all kinds of stuff like that really gets you in the mindset of being a good maintenance guy. Because obviously he's done it for many years, and he can explain it, and he can get you in his mindset of what he's doing and what he's talking about. He does teach a lot too, but most importantly, he gets you into the mindset of how he deals with all these situations in the maintenance world, co-workers and golf carts and all kinds of things, and trash. And watch his videos, and you'll get into the mindset, and you'll understand how he deals with these situations. And he's a really interesting channel too. Now, again, I'll go back to this what I said before. It's really important that you do the things that other guys don't want to do. That's how you're going to move up. Nobody's worried about your progress. Nobody's worried about your progress. It's going to be up to you. If you want to move up, you want to make more money, you want to eventually become a supervisor or mentor or whatever, it's going to be up to you. You're going to have to put the time in. It's not that hard, but it does take time. It does take a little bit of time, but it takes most than anything, your commitment and your willingness to dedicate hours and whatever it takes to learn this stuff. When I started playing the drums, I was 30 years old. The first time I ever played the drums, I was 30 years old, which is pretty old for a musician. And by the time I was 34, I was a pro drummer traveling. But since I started playing the drums, I bought myself an electric drum set, and I started practicing 2 hours every day. Every day I would practice 2 hours. Now, there's two things involved here. Practicing 2 hours and buying the drum set. Now, to buy an electric drum set when you're not a drum player, it's a lot of money, because you're thinking, man, those things are not cheap. But I wanted to do it. So I bought the set, and I practiced on that set. I already had a regular drum set. I couldn't practice 2 hours on a regular drum set because I would have driven my family nuts. But I bought an expensive piece of gear that made me advance. Now, in this trade, like any other trade, you have to have tools. If you're not going to invest in tools, if you're going to be asking for can I borrow your drill, can I borrow your this and that and the other, and you don't have tools, nobody's going to be willing to help you. Because if I bring a guy with me that doesn't have any tools, that means I have to loan him my tools. Then when I need my tools, I got to go chase after him. He may be using it. He may even get upset that I need it at that moment. He may forget to give it back to me. And then when I'm somewhere else and I need it, I left it over there and now I need it. I got to go find him, call him or whatever. Buy your own tools. My advice is buy good tools at the beginning. We all buy the cheaper tools when we start because we don't know what we're doing. And then eventually you end up collecting a lot of cheap tools, and then eventually you still end up buying the good tools. I'm not saying that it's a matter of money. It's the right tools. You buy the right tools for the job that you're going to do. I'm not talking about brands. I'm just talking about the right tool, not something that's kind of close to it. Or buy the right tool. Buy your own, drills, your own screwdrivers. Buy the tools that you need, the right ones. Don't cheat it. Don't cheat yourself, because it's only going to put you back. Like I said before, it's really important to be an asset. Be an asset. Be somebody that's positive. Be somebody that's not negative. I get this a lot where I take guys and we're looking at something and say, man, I can't believe that last guy did this crappy work and this and that, and then they're all pissed off at what the last that guy did. Don't worry about that. You're the asset. That guy maybe he costs that company money. You're the asset. You take care of it. You're the one that's there. You take care of it without complaining, without crying about what the last guy did. Maybe that guy wasn't an asset, but you're going to be an asset. You're going to be somebody that's going to save this company money or any company money. And it's not about the company. Honestly, I have no real loyalty to any company. My loyalty is to myself, to my family, first of all. And I'll always make sure I'm an asset wherever I'm at. But I can move companies tomorrow, and I'll still be an asset. I'll be okay. I'm still going to work hard. I'm going to still have my work ethic, my discipline. So wherever I'm at, I'm gonna make more money. That's how I see it. I'm not I'm not there for one company, but with the company I'm at the moment, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm gonna give my best, and I'm gonna make sure that they're always making money off of me. Now, this is my video that I hope this helps somebody. I'm basically making you responsible for your own progress. Nobody else is gonna be worried about your advancement. It's really gonna be up to you. You can really advance really fast because there's a really big shortage of good maintenance technicians right now. It's all right there. There's a big shortage, but there's a lot of learning opportunities online. And there we go. YouTube's the best teacher there is. I always say that my phone's my best tool. If I could only keep one tool, it would definitely be my phone. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.